Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to Urban Absurdity. I'm one of your hosts, OG Ron.
And I'm back, bitches. Or ladies and gents. for you classier folks. I'm Bianca.
He's back for the second time in about 3 weeks. You just keep coming back.
I'm shocked. I surprised myself. Y'all, listen, okay. I don't know if anyone, for people who live in Kansas City, you understand that there was a storm that I knew nothing about. I didn't.
Little storm.
You know, I heard people at work tripping, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's going to be nothing. So after 5 days of my lights being out, luckily for me, I have a fireplace, so that helped. But yeah, I was frozen for 5 days, and I still took my ass to work.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Some people be like, no,
you gotta
I'm
get
not.
Paid.
I still, because I need to, although somebody's going to pay up. Somebody's going to pay. And we're going to find out this weekend who's going to pay. But yes, so I had to come back. Y'all wouldn't have wanted me last week because last week I was just an absolute asshole. And why take that out on y'all? You know what I mean? You're here for enjoyment. I was pissed off, so that was a bad thing. But yeah, so the lights got turned on yesterday.
How long were they off?
5 days. They were off Saturday morning.
Damn.
They came off Saturday morning. And I will say this. This is what I will say. Everybody falls on hard times. Totally understandable. But I don't understand how motherfuckers can go a long time with, especially now, like in today's time. Like back in the day, you know. But I don't understand how people could go so long without shit. If you are buying other stuff, like if you just completely broke and you have nothing, that's totally different. But if you out here buying like weave and J's and you go without your lights being on, I don't understand. Because if that was me and it was for money, I'd be out selling ass. I mean, I don't understand. I don't know what anybody else would want to do. But I'm trying to say, I'm getting shit turned on, especially in the wintertime. Luckily, good thing about the winter is all the food was safe.
And let me know if you get cold again, because I just turned the fan on, and you might not be completely thawed.
I got PTSD. he bringing back memories. Why you ain't turn the lights on?
Hey, you know what? Hey, something about that too, because I grew up in Chicago. I've seen people live like for a long time without lights. It was like they went so long without them, and it was a different time because I'm old. Like, it wasn't like they had internet and all that type of shit, so I guess they just dealt with it.
No, the
phone was still working out there. The house phone.
It wasn't hooked up, because that's where house phones were actually hooked up just to the line. It wasn't like now it's hooked up to your cable box and shit. But that back in the day, you had the Southwestern Bell. You had that line. So at least you could still talk on the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, people still knew how they was doing. They was chatting all day, but they went to sleep early, I would assume.
They did. And again, I'm not talking about people who just don't have it, because understandably, if you just don't have it, it's hard out here. You have to do what you have to do. I'm talking about the people who got shit, who be buying shit, and then they shit get turned off like, fuck that. I'm selling something.
Yeah.
TVs and shit.
Hell yeah.
You gonna think I'm a booster talking about, no, this is my shit. Just pick what you want. Come up front, let me ring you up.
Hey, black people are the same way. I had a friend I ran into, I think this was Saturday night, and he came by. I hadn't seen him in a long time. He came, he was like, you got a pretty nice place. But what he don't understand, I'm just stockpiling shit to sell if I go broke. Like, ain't none of this shit permanent. I'll turn these TVs on. When last time you see this TV on?
Why that tag in the back of that shit?
All that shit going back.
Just in case. I gotta move quick.
Hard times, man. You gotta sell everything. Like, I don't play around.
Do not delay. Shit's going out today. You do. You have to be prepared. It's one of those things. So my weekend was crazy, although I didn't flip out at all, because I'm thinking like, there are people who go through way worse. Like, I'm uncomfortable and I hate it, but there are people who go through like tropical storms and lose everything. And I just got to be without lights for a couple of days. So I'm like, we just gonna rough this shit out, you know? Even my son, like, we gonna rough this shit out.
He was at the Four Seasons.
Listen, I was at the house.
Were you?
Yeah, I was at the house because, sometimes,
I did see the fire going, though.
Yeah, I had a fireplace. So, you know how sometimes when people have to watch out, too, because when you have bad weather and you leave your house, like, people try to break in your shit. You know what I mean? So, I'm like, I'm gonna stay. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't alone. So,
You just gave me an idea. We got a...
Niggas been thinking about that.
Got a severe warning coming this week.
Listen, niggas been thinking. Hold up, you seen it, but niggas been thinking about that shit. That's why I said, no, we just gonna rough it out. He thought it was a campfire. The boy thought it was goose. The boy thought it was, are you afraid of the dark, goosebumps and shit? We tell a story. So I'm like, good thing he's young, because.
So he had a week filled with adventure.
Listen, he would have turned off the lights when they came home. Like, shit, is the vacation over?
Mama, they trying to mess the party up around here.
That fool putting on his coat like, no, we good, son. We back rolling. But he was ready, though. That's what I like about it. He stayed ready. That's what I'm talking about. So,
hey,
yeah.
You know what, too? One thing I got to say. And, like, in real life, I'm a positive person. But most of my posts are, like, asshole-ish. Like, people who follow me, they know it. It's just like, that's what I like to do. But with you, like, I knew what was going on, and I'm seeing these positive posts. I would have been cursing like a motherfucker. There's no way. Like, first of all, before we start doing this podcast, like, I don't even know if we were friends on Facebook at first. Were we?
I think we were. I think we was friends from the group, though. Like, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Ron had a group for people who don't know. Created a group. What the fuck is that about?
I missed that group.
I did too. I missed it too. After a while, when it died off, I was like, shit kind of dry.
Man, that shit got dry as hell. I fucked it up.
This shit like white people's turkey.
Some gravy on this damn group. Somebody put me up to going in on everybody. And the group in it. But I do got to say this. That is cool. I got to start. You know what? Sometimes people who know me know that, I'm the biggest shit talker on there. But people who don't, they like, this nigga's crazy. This nigga always talking. Like, he'll put some funny in and for like a week straight, this nigga just going in on people. But I saw the positive post. I was like, well, she okay. You
know what? I've been learning. This is what I've learned about life. And this is just personally. I think it's like not the situation, is how you handle it. Because I've been noticing when I complain, and I used to be like, oh, this is just the worst, and da-da-da-da-da, and why does this always happen to me, da-da-da-da-da, like nothing would like happen. But then when I started noticing like, this shit could be a lot worse. I mean, I wish it was better, but it could be a lot worse. Like, let me humble myself, let me be thankful for what I got. And then I think God is like, oh, okay. So you taking these hits like a G, right? Let me drop a couple more blessings on you real quick.
Show a little love real
quick. Let me sprinkle you just a tad. Sprinkle a little something your way. And that's normally what happens. So I'm just like, it could be a lot worse. Like, I'm thinking about people who, I was reading online, like people who really went through bad stuff, like lost parents and kids are sick and lost kids. And I'm thinking like, shit, I'm without lights. It's cold. It was cold as fuck. Like in other rooms, one room, of course, we all black. We know how that goes. So in one room, it was cool. But in other rooms, it's cold. But my son's warm. He's happy. He doesn't understand what's going on. I'm like, I'm not going to trip about it.
Me, on the other hand, I was talking shit while that was going on.
Fuck this shit. No, you was happy. You was happy because of the football. Because of I don't watch sports, y'all. Y'all know. So when I see Ron's post, I'm just like, I have to check Ron's post. Oh, the game must be on. I'm one of those people. I will drop 100 stats while the game is on. That's it. That's how I know. I'm like, oh, they're playing. Ron's talking about it. They're playing. Those people who got me on C first because they saw a funny joke be mad as a motherfucker on game day because there's 100 fucking posts in their news feed. Unfollow. You know what? I'm one of them people that people are scared to delete. And I know this because I'm like, some days I'll be trying, like I'll wake up like, what's the most horrible shit I could say and try to make it funny? Like try to pass off some wild jokes. So you be trying to get deleted?
Man, every once in a while, I try to say some of the rawest shit. Like when we had Ace on, he was like, I'm trying to work in. And I ain't going to go as far as he did. I don't think I'm going to say it. But he was like, when he said he was going to try to work in an R joke.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, bro, that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't work there. I didn't got some laughs out of some fucked up shit. But there's no way I can go that far. But I used to get deleted, like, and the reason that I see it is because when you first go to your timeline, you see how many friends you got. Like, it always pop up. Like, I used to always, like, if somebody delete me, I go to 5,000. I start adding people.
I need more.
Yeah, I would get drunk and make some of the craziest posts. I would wake up and my shit be like 15 followers short in the morning. They like, you know what? Fuck this nigga. But now they got all these unfollows and snooze for 30 days. And like, I'm going to get this nigga 30 days. I'm going to let him get his shit together.
I noticed that.
I think people do me like that now. Because I don't get deleted as much. I'm like, damn, did I lose my touch?
No, maybe they're like me. You know what? I am not a blocker or a deleter. I'm not. Like, it has to be, you have to really, really annoy the shit out of me. And I guess it's like annoy the shit out of me, like you just talk about the same things.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, your vibe is bad. Like, get your bad look ass off my shit. Like, I want to see it. But I don't delete people or block them. I'll just like unfollow them. I think unfollow is like the best, but unfollow is like, I fucks with you, but I don't fuck with you.
Yeah, when I want to see you, I just drop by.
So if I see you outside of this shit, you don't know, like, hey, what's up? They be like, you see my post? I ain't even been on Facebook.
What you been talking about?
Because the conversation can pick up from there, and you not at fault. So I don't block people, or I think the safest thing to do is unfollow people, because you just be like, I don't have to see you, but if I see you out, I'm still like, what's up? Like, we ain't got no hard feelings. Now okay, that's a lie. I will delete you, not block you, but I will delete you. Like if I see you out in person, because when I see somebody out in person, I may not speak first, but I'll give you the look like, hey, I see you, like, hi. Mm-hmm. Especially if you with somebody, I don't like that uncomfortable type of. Especially being a female. If we see a dude out here with a chick and you just like, hey. Mm-hmm. And then the first thing a bitch think is, she trying to talk to my nigga.
Exactly.
And you be like, no. Like, I'm happy you got that much confidence in how your nigga look, but you shouldn't. I'm not trying to talk to the nigga.
Yeah.
I just see him. And I was in one of those situations, and I went to school with dude, and he was with a chick. And I'm like, hey, what's up? Mm-hmm. And he was looking like, hey. I'm like, bitch,
but he was nervous.
Yeah, he was nervous, but I'm like, but I don't understand this, fellas. If a chick has never given you a vibe that she wants you, please don't be nervous, because then it feels like you're making yourself seem more important than what you are. Mm-hmm. Bitch, I said hi. That's it. I didn't say, hey, what's up? How's your? I don't even know your fucking kids, and you got them. I'm just saying, hey, I see you. Hello.
Exactly.
So after that shit happened, I deleted that boy. So I seen him by himself, and he was like, did you delete me? I'm like, do I know you?
Oh, then like, you spent it on.
Yeah, he was like, wow.
I don't know you, nigga.
Like, bitch, get out of here. And that's exactly what I did. I just, because like you said, I'm positive. I'm too friendly. I'm like, hey, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah.
I know you. I got you on my page. Hi. Mm. I only have like 800 people. And out of 800 people, I've either met them personally or like we've spoken for a long time. Like, I know something about you. Because lately, Facebook has been sending me friend requests off the chain.
Yeah, I get a lot of those too.
Okay, it's not just me. Because lately, they just been throwing them. I'm like, who are these people? Like, you dodging friend requests and shit?
I always have new friend requests, and then you see, like, you ever see those suggested, like, I'm like, that's Facebook. Nobody's going to say, hey, I suggest that you friend this motherfucker. Like, why? That don't even make sense. All these people on Facebook, you be like, dude, you need to be friends with this person.
We got them, but
do you know what to really make your friends list of shit?
Like,
if you put her on it.
Look at these viewers. Like, I don't want to stop suggesting shit, Facebook. No. Like, suggest motherfuckers get jobs. That's like, suggest good things. Like, you want to suggest more people to be on I don't even have the ones that are on my page that don't even say nothing. I'm just like, whatever. There's too much energy with these friends on Facebook.
And that was the thing, too. I remember this was before Facebook got smart. and they started.
They was dummies at first.
Yeah, at first they didn't really understand the game. When they came in, you know this motherfucker, he went to Harvard. So he was a little smart at first, but
he was smart, but not friend smart. Like that boy didn't have no friends for real.
Hell no. He was a loner. He was a loner. That's why he stole that money from them other people. Because he ain't had no communication skills. He ain't know how to say, y'all want to split this $1 billion? That motherfucker just said, I'll take it out.
He said, I didn't know that was a problem.
Exactly. You stole a $50 billion idea and you didn't think nothing was wrong with it. But
I didn't.
Back then, you remember when your Facebook newsfeed used to be full. You would see everybody.
Yeah.
Then he was like, okay. They got 5,000 friends. They think they about to do some networking. Nah, y'all gonna have to boost these posts if y'all want everybody to see it. So you only see like a small percentage of your news feed. I started noticing that because I never fucking sleep. Like I'll be up at like 3 or 4 in the morning and I'll see somebody that I've never seen before. I click on their page like, damn. And one night somebody was talking about me. They made a subliminal post about me. They said, what did she say? She said, I'm about to delete everybody with no profile pics or these weird profile pics, like with cartoon characters and stuff. That's so childish. I'm like, I think she's talking about me.
Listen, we're going to get back to this, but go ahead with this story. We got to get back to it.
I think she's talking about me. So I clicked on her page and I'm like, I don't remember adding her. I don't remember if she sent me a request or I sent her a request. I don't know what happened, but that was the only time. And late at night is really when I see the new people. In the daytime, I see like maybe 20 or 30 people.
This is interesting. I look on my page sometimes and I just think, like, do these people post? Like, I don't see them post, but if I go to their stuff, I'm like, oh, they post.
Yeah. And they posting like a motherfucker.
Yeah, and I'm not unfollowing them. That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense.
They did that. They slowed down your news feed in order for you. And you know how to do it. Like, if you one of those people that talk to everybody, like every post you see, you keep liking it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, it goes off your interactions. And I'm one of these scrollers. Like, people see, they be like, all right, just like you just said earlier, somebody will ask you like, hey, did you see my post?
Yeah.
And I feel weird, like, damn, should I say no? Because you're going to feel like I'm ignoring them. I'm like, no, I didn't. But if you always like or always comment, you always see those people in your news feed. So I got to start liking more in order to see more people. It goes off your interactions.
So that's what I was thinking, because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I know I'm seeing people that I talk to most of the time. Like, I see all of their stuff. And I'm like, but I don't see these people, and I have like 800 people. So where's that? And I know to y'all, 800 is not a lot. Like, I guess likes are, I don't know. I'll see a person like with 100 likes on a comment or on a picture, or 200 likes on a comment or a picture, and then I'll go to their friend list, and then they have like 4,000 friends. Mm-hmm. So I'm like 4,000 or 5,000. So I'm like 4,000 or 5,000. Mm-hmm. That would make sense. Actually, you should have more. You know, I'm thinking.
I've always said that.
I'm thinking the more that you have, because if you only had less than 1,000, I would think that would be like, wow, like you got. If we're just talking numbers, I would think, wow, that's a lot. But when you have like 4,000 or 5,000 friends, it's like you should have way more than this.
I've always said that. The people, like, if you notice, a lot of people, they'll get like a little arrogant when they get in, like, if you averaging 100 likes a post, you can act a fool, like 100 likes. It's like, yeah. But it's like, okay, you got, and not only just the friends, they got followers. Like, you see these people got 5,000 friends and 10,000 followers. Yeah. So if you make a post and get 100 likes on it, it's like, not that many people actually interacted with it. But if they share, like, the shares are more important than likes. If people share your shit, then people, you know how Facebook is nosy. It's like, oh, shit, all right.
Yeah, who's this?
Yeah, then they're going to go check you out. Yeah. Then they're going to put their like on that. So that's where you get most of the interaction on Facebook.
That makes sense.
That's why you got to, one of the things about Facebook, too, if you got a like page, it's a little bit easier, but they want you to boost those posts, too.
Yeah.
Just like, I was so glad when I got past that. It's like, reach 80,000 people in your area. Like, nah, these memes is gonna do it. Yeah, these motherfuckers is worldwide. Motherfuckers like these memes for some reason. And that's the way I open it up. So then when I want to talk my little shit, I just throw it in between them.
Look at this.
y'all used to these memes? All right, let me show y'all my backyard.
Gotcha. Then they like, oh shit, bring the memes back. Shit.
Speaking of front, the king of front, I gotta bring this up. I saw the most. Do you like the Breakfast Club?
I love the Breakfast Club.
I do too. I think Angela Yee need to dress up a little bit more.
I don't. I love the way Angela.
Why she in pajamas?
That's good. Cause she already validated. She don't need to do nothing. Angela, shout out to you. You are why I really watch the break. To me, all three of y'all make a good. Y'all, it's just a good dynamic. It's good. However, Angela, keep it popping. Like, just wear your.
Don't get me wrong. I like Angela, but it seems like she's just like, okay, you know what? I'm in it. I'm making money. I'm on one of the biggest radio stations in the country, and is one of the hottest shows. Like, I'm just gonna come in a ponytail, some pajama bottoms on.
Listen, and that could be her vibe. Listen, do you think if we really
shit, that's what you gonna show up with?
Listen, please know it. Please know it. I am not impressing. I am not about to dress up. There are some girls that do, and shout out to you, and nothing is wrong with that. But there are some females that are like, what I'm bringing here is enough.
I mean, it is, but all right, let me give you an example. Let me throw something at you. Now, right now, we don't have the biggest name guests, of course.
Okay.
Now, all right, now she's used to it. She's used to celebrities. Everybody's coming in. But let's just say we get that first little spurt of interviews. Let's say we're looking at a lineup. Mm-hmm. Like this month, Kevin Hart, Cat Williams, blah, blah, blah. I can't throw all types of names out of there because I can't think of them that fast. Let's say Kevin Hart coming through the first time.
Okay.
You're going to do a little something. You're going to be...
You know what? Okay, so...
Even though he's married, but you don't want to make a good first impression.
Well, the difference between Angela Yee is most of the people, and I know that from listening to Lip Service too, her podcast, most of these people who she talks to or interviews, they'll say stuff like, Yee, I talked to you like last week, or... Most of these people she talked to more than Charlamagne and DJ Envy. Yeah. And I mean on a daily. Like on a if you listen to her talk to most of the probably like 85% of the people that come on that show. They'll be like, yeah, I talked to her, or I seen her, or we were just together, or we were just doing this. So I think she like really hangs out with these people.
Yeah, a lot of them will say too, I got interviewed. I remember you interviewed me years ago. Like, so she's been in it for a while.
So you comfortable. And then you could look at it like this too. Like you said, depending on who you interview, if it's like somebody new. But sometimes people could feel like more comfortable because you think stars do interviews all the time. Yeah. And they're like stuffy interviews. Yeah. So you would think a person see you, what you got on, they either gonna say, well, she's unprofessional, or they're gonna be like, shit, I feel comfortable now because it's not one of those type of, like everyone has to be. Because if you look at Charlamagne and them, I mean, they wear jumpsuits. Like, dude wear jeans and a hoodie.
Charlamagne always got on them two little t-shirts.
Like, yeah, that with a school on it or something. No, he didn't go, but he like to rep it, and that's cool. Do you? But so you would think that if a person said, "Well, I'm cool, whatever," we gonna be comfortable because I want a person to be like, "Shit, we doing it like this? Hell yeah, loosen up."
I mean, you ain't got to wear a tuxedo, but let's get to the dynamic of them too. I got to say this because, of course, we're trying to get to their level. One of the things I noticed when I watch a lot of interviews on them, it's like Charlamagne like drives most of the interviews. Like Envy, he'll kind of just like sit back. Like Angela Yee, she'll get in, like she gonna get her questions off. She'll butt in, she'll do whatever she does. But Envy just kind of sits over there and, you know what I mean? He does the intro and then he kind of fades off. Like you might not see him.
I think Envy is like, isn't he like because they still have different roles on that show. Yeah. And I think Envy is like, and I could be wrong, it could be dead ass wrong, but Envy is more like a producer, right? He's more like
he was a DJ.
No, not what he is, period. I know he is outside.
On the show?
For that show. Like, because he'll say he had to do this and he had to do that for the show or whatever. I'll look into that and see exactly what he does. But I've noticed that too, which is why I started thinking that, because I'm like, he'll let, Like Angela Yee asked the personal questions, like the who you with, who you know, that type of thing. And Charlamagne asked the like embarrassing questions.
Charlamagne
like
will go in on you.
Like so Angela Yee is the one with the information as far as like your personal shit, like what you doing in your life. And Charlamagne is like the media, like they caught you doing this, they doing this, so why'd you? So I think that's why their dynamic is like, because you don't know you're kind of getting ambushed into, like
from
they
three
said,
sides.
From three different people.
Every once in a while, Envy will go in, but not a lot. But on this Soulja Boy interview, which I just saw, I watched it last night when I got off.
Boy had on that Gucci sweater.
I did not know Soulja Boy was so fucking funny.
That boy looked like I know you was getting tired of you posting about it on Facebook. when they was doing those Ed and Eddie skits, the cartoon one. They were doing when they
was doing the Ed and
when
Eddie.
they was looking out the window. Dude was looking out the window.
Yes.
Listen.
Okay.
They had one with that boy had on that sweatband that I said, if that don't look like that boy sitting in that window, it looked just like it. Soulja Boy had that sweatband sitting on his head. I said,
it looked like that sweatband. You know how I think he lives in California now.
Yeah.
You know how you leave something on the dashboard, like you might have like a decorative little flower. You know how our moms or something like have something to sit on the dashboard and it sits there way too long, like the sun then melted it or kind of made it into a different color, like it's sunburned. That was the headband. He had on a Gucci headband, and it kind of looked like, you remember like when you can't afford, you ain't got no insurance. You can't afford to get no cash, so they just wrap it in there like brown, like gauze, like little wrap they wrap around their foot or something. That's what it looked like. And I Googled his net worth. He's like worth $30 million. And it shocked me. I'm like, Soulja Boy worth $30 fucking million? And I know it's not all cash. It might be properties and shit like that, but that's still a nice look. And he's still young as fuck. He came out so long ago. He was probably, like 13 when it came out with Superman or whatever the hell. He
was like 17.
That was an amazing interview. And you know the reason I liked it is because he's kind of like me. He got a little asshole. He ain't grew all. He don't know it, but he's going to be an asshole. He said the whole industry owes him 5%. And I can't really say that he started the internet rap thing, but what do you think about that? Like, because when the Soulja Boy came, and I found out something.
No, I do. I remember, and it's just me personally. I was on YouTube when YouTube wasn't shit.
Yeah.
I used to like literally was not shit. Like I was looking at YouTube when it took forever to fucking load. Like you could wait forever for a video, and Soulja Boy. Remembering, I'm not saying he was the first, but I'm saying when I think of YouTube and young rappers, Soulja Boy is what I because when everybody was doing that crank that, they were going to YouTube to look at it. Like they were going to, and it wasn't a lot. It's like when Vines were out, a little video clips, and it wasn't all these skits. It was just like little. It was like little videos and YouTube, and that's what you had.
Yeah.
So I'm not into, I don't know for sure, like, about him being the first, but I will say, when they were doing all the little rappers coming out doing all the little dances, he was the first one that I remember, like, actually having challenges and shit on YouTube for the crank that. So when he says that, I'm like, yeah, I mean, that is what I remember. I don't remember him for mainstream or nothing like that.
I definitely can't dispute what he said, but what the cool part about it is, and he didn't have a label, and he actually made all of that money off of that song, because that was a huge fucking song. Like, whether you liked it or not, I was at the age to where I was in between, like, all right, it's something new. I couldn't dance.
That was my shit. As soon as I got that bitch, I was like, oh. Oh,
my God. The older people couldn't dance. They just kept yelling, you.
This was like, yeah, they still do that. You. In the same spot. That was it.
That was pretty cool, though. And you know what? And it was his first time on the Breakfast Club. It was the first time I ever seen a Soulja Boy interview. Yeah. You see his videos on YouTube because that's what he do. Like, this motherfucker will record himself, go to the bathroom. But the first time on there actually about questions, he went in. He went in on Kanye. Did you see that part?
I did not. I didn't get to that part.
He talked about 5 minutes in his young point of view, but he was right though. Like a lot of the things he said about Kanye were right, and he talked about Tyga because they said
I heard that part.
they said Tyga had a bigger comeback year than him, and because we know we haven't heard a number one Soulja Boy hit in a long time, so the hilarious part was him trying to say I had the biggest comeback of the year. I think he meant by that video game. And Charlamagne cracked me up so hard because Charlamagne went at him at every. It
was hilarious.
He was like, so this. He was like, he called the video game Raggedy on the show. So you think this? So you think this Raggedy ass video game made you have to come back of the year? It's like, dude, everything Charlamagne said on that video was fucking hilarious. He has the balls to say shit that I know Envy wouldn't say.
Oh yeah.
And Angela Yee's just too nice. She could probably go in. We know women. They have the go in capabilities, but they'll be like, okay, that's really not me. I'm not here to clown. Charlamagne don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he doesn't. But you know what? Even he had to gain that because of his earlier interviews. Charlamagne wasn't talking about. I mean, he was, but he was getting comfortable into saying what he said. And now, and this is what I mean by. Once you get validated, it's kind of like, shit, you don't care no more. Like, you already in. You got to watch some stuff, but you already in. So when he was saying all that shit,
yeah, I'm
like, and then it's Soulja Boy. You know what I mean? Like, come on, it's Soulja Boy. It's not like he's going to be like, I'm worried about this nigga. Like, you not. You going to say whatever you want to say.
He really did, too, and that's what was funny about it. Like, all right, when it comes to Drake, he was like, what did they say? He said Drake stole some lyrics from him starting out. He said he made Drake. And it was this one song, I can't remember. Of course, I'm not that familiar with all of Soulja Boy's music, but I did run across a video and they played Drake's, what the fuck song was that? Now I hate being not informed about the two songs. Early Drake, I remember the first mixtape. But Drake kind of said something that Soulja Boy said in one of his hit songs. And it was like, okay, I made Drake. I started the style everybody's using. The Migos, they stole Versace for me. That was my beat. It was like he was making some pretty bold claims. And even though, like I said, I'm not in his generation, so I couldn't verify everything, but it was just hilarious how this little dude feels. And hey, it's a must-watch interview. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. It's hilarious. You'll at least laugh. But the biggest comeback of the year was Meek Mill. Like, you ain't go to jail, Soulja Boy.
Like, I think he's talking about, like, comeback as far as, like, because even though Meek wasn't, he was in jail, but Meek, it's not like Meek super fell off before he went in. Like, he was still beefing with Drake. You know what I mean? He still had songs out. Like, Soulja Boy, we ain't heard from. And then,
in a long time,
and
then you come out with a game.
And Tyga, too. Tyga, we ain't really heard from you until you came out with that song. So, but I think Soulja Boy is smart, though. I think he is. I think if he was to do it under a different name, people would take it more seriously. Opposed to, because once you automatically tied into who the person is, like even like Bow Wow. If Bow Wow was to come out with some shit,
poor Bow Wow.
I know. If Bow Wow was to come out with some shit and like say it wasn't him, and people were like, "Oh, I like this," because sometimes these artists and creators, they can come out with something good, but just because you automatically don't like who they are, you like, "Oh, that shit whack." But if it was somebody else who did it, you'll be on it like, "Oh, this shit is good." You know, you got to follow that trend of what people talking about is whack or what's good. This is okay, but this is not okay. Opposed to just saying, "Oh yeah, they came out with some whack shit, but this shit right here is nice." Exactly.
And sometimes you got to shut up too. One thing that Soulja Boy didn't do on an interview was shut the fuck up. Now you remember when they were doing the Soulja Boy challenge? Mm-hmm. Bow Wow had his challenge too. We'll go into that in a second. But the Soulja Boy challenge came about after he said he was like robbed or attempted robbery and shooting somebody 12 times and this and that. So he's claiming he got the video. He's sending passwords. He's taking all the information. Like, give me a phone number. I'm sending you the password. You can open up this. I got the footage on here, blah, blah, blah. And Charlamagne was like, bro, show me the footage of you shooting somebody. He was like, just grilling them.
I heard him say that.
And it was just so, I mean, yes, the story was awkward. I remember he told it on Vlad TV, I think it was. Then he told it on and it's so sensational. It's like, bro, I don't know whether to believe this. If shit, who can I think of? Name somebody with a gun charge. Like, you know what I mean? If it had been somebody a little bit more serious, but you thinking Superman shooting somebody 12 times, robbery, it just doesn't go all the way in.
Okay, but here's the problem though. The problem is, look at, okay, people who are in our age group or older are like, just like Tekashi 6ix9ine when he came out, right?
Yeah. And
he's talking about all this shit. We was like, boy, if you don't sit your ass down
right now,
immediately,
I agree.
The younger generation was like, oh no, he kills. Like, he kills, he gets down. You know what I mean? And we like, nah. So Soulja Boy was like in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, I believe what he said. Like, he was the one taking them shots. Because he was. Like, if you think of the first the rapper that came out that you like, this shit here. Like, was that, he was one of them. He was one of the ones that we were like, oh, no. Like, after Lil Yachty and them was already here, we was already disappointed.
Yeah.
Because
of course.
Somebody had to take the hit, though. And he was a rapper that took the hit. Like, it wasn't even Bow Wow. Because when Bow Wow came out with that, what was that song? Bounce with me, bounce with me. You know, that boy was little.
Yeah.
He was little, so we was in there, like, look at his little ass. Like, we was
in the club dancing to a juvenile.
That boy had that Mickey Mouse chain. Getting down and shit. So, it wasn't even Bow Wow, because Bow Wow was like in the midst of, he was already there, in there. It was Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy had on them whack ass glasses. Yeah. He had on that jumpsuit or whatever. And it was just doing this dance, and we were like, God damn it, the song is catchy and shit.
Exactly.
It's catchy, but this shit is whack as hell.
Exactly. On the show, everybody agreed, though, he did usher in a new type of music, a new gimmick. People started adding dances to the track. You know what I mean? It kind of personalized everything. So, yeah, I do agree that he took the hit. He was the first one coming out. Like, you say, okay, well, I can't get with this.
Yeah.
But he did bring it to the light, like, okay, all right, this is a trend.
Yeah, it's coming.
And then, of course, everybody, when you start, how can I say this? Anybody who starts anything, it seems like they don't get the full credit. It's always the next person or 2 or 3 people down the line, and then they blow up with it.
You're not. And I've been saying this since we've been doing this show. Somebody has to take the L, and nobody wants to take the L. It just is what it is. Like, you don't want to say, well, if people do, I mean, somebody got to take it. There has to be a start of something to start something new. Yeah. And to start something new, there's going to be people who don't like it because it's new. You're going to have to take them hits.
Yeah.
And it sucks that you have to take those hits. And sometimes if you are not a good, like the artist, there are some artists that have taken hits and been like, nah, I was the one that was taking them hits, and you like, yeah, you did. You know what I mean? Like,
you got hit hard.
We were there. We were there. We seen you, so we get it. Like, we could understand that, but like, there's some that if you are not strong as an artist, you're gonna get laughed at like a joke, and it's like Soulja Boy, Bow Wow, like, and Bow Wow. I've heard Bow Wow spit some shit, and I'm just like, if it wasn't Bow Wow, if they said this was somebody else, people would be like, shit, nice.
Yeah, about, I don't know if you heard it, about like 2 or 3 months, 2 or 3 months ago, he put out a song, but he made a video to it. He should have just let that shit float for a minute. The shit was dope.
He got to do that. Sometimes you have to take yourself visually out of the equation and just like sneak it up on people. Like, and stop coming back to back with the shit. Like, just put something out. Oh, this shit grew nice. And then put something out. Get people gradually back used to you. It's kind of like getting in the pool. The shit is cold. I'm not jumping right in. But the more I walk in, the warmer it starts to feel. Which is what your comeback need to be like. In order for if you wanted to stay, jump in that bitch. Sit. Go a little further. Sit. Go a little, and then we in there. Then you like, oh yeah.
That's how niggas who can't swim do.
Listen.
That's how I usually do.
Like he came back. Listen. We good now. He's straight. But when you just try to like pal yourself on somebody like me.
Yeah.
No, go away.
Yeah, go away for a minute. Let us miss you.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But not too long.
Exactly. Wait till somebody say, I ain't heard no Soulja Boy in a minute, then the shit come on the radio.
Be like,
You come up with a new dance. You got all your fans back. That's all you got to do is lay low for a minute. And obviously, you know what? Before we stop talking about him, I do have to say this. Laugh at him, not like him, whatever you want to do. The dude has made a name for himself and has definitely made a check. Bianca still is an over here group.
When that beat dropped, I was like, I said, I ain't even like this shit. He was behind closed doors jumping this shit.
It kind of took control of you.
It did.
I agree with that.
Especially when you got the dance. I was just happy I got it. I was like, the whole way through? That shit's a workout. But
I never tried it. I didn't want to embarrass myself.
Rob was in the pit. Rob was waiting. People left, looking out the window like, is everybody gone? Locking doors and shit, closing curtains.
And messing everything up.
Don't let his meat ass fool you. That nigga was in there motherfucking getting this shit. Talking about, rewind video.
Hey, one of the sad parts before we get off this whole topic is yes, I've done that a few times.
I told y'all, listen.
Maybe not to that song, but yeah, I've noticed and cried in private because I have no rhythm like that. I'm not a dancer. I don't know if I could just hopefully, as soon as the show blows up and go through the fucking roof, then maybe, you know what I mean, I'll do a little dancing with the stars.
Ron was there.
Do a little tango.
Ron was in that motherfucker shaking his head. The braid tips was fine.
Hey, when I saw Emmitt Smith do it, I knew that everything in this world that you want to do, you can do it.
It can all be yours. Shout out to Soulja Boy. Like, somebody got to take the L. You took the L. I mean, I don't know about the video or the actual shooting. Like, niggas went in. I said.
Yeah, it just sounded too. And if it really happened, or he says he's dropping a movie. He got a movie coming out. You never know with Soulja Boy. You don't know if it's real or just for the interview. He says it's actual footage in the movie. So I guess we'll just see. I mean, not saying that I want to like see him shoot people, but hey, if the story's true and it comes out to be true, then some people will stop laughing. But it just seemed like they did. It gotta be fucked up though when you drop something like if it was real, like if it actually happened, and you tell a story and people just make fun of it and it was actually true. But I think it would have dropped like way sooner just to discredit everybody who was trying to discredit him.
People, listen. Words mean things, and delivery is everything. I think this is going to be my saying quote all the time. Delivery is everything. It is how you say it. It is always how you say it. You can get two people saying the same exact thing in different ways. Yeah. And you're going to respect one over the other. And sometimes you have to be mean to get stuff across sometimes. But sometimes, depending on the situation, delivery is everything. Mm-hmm. The way he came out with the story. And it could be because you're young, but you got money. So you should have sat down with somebody first and said, hey, this is a serious situation. How do you want to deliver this?
Yeah.
I would say it this way. Because when you just come out like, it was like 3 niggas. And then they all rushed through. And then, pop, 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 I got the Draco. Pop, pop. Like,
yeah, and actually saying it like that, like animated and like, come on, Soulja.
Like, we gonna be like, what comic book were you
Big
read?
Draco. That's what he kept saying on the video too. Big Draco.
He was like, bah, bah, bah. Like, of course, people are going to. It's comedy. People are going to make fun of things, and that situation's sad but true. Because I guess one of the dudes died. Like,
yeah, they did.
Like it's. And to actually go through something like that, to go through somebody actually trying to come in and take your life, has to be the most devastating thing ever. Mm-hmm. But the delivery was a punchline.
It was.
The delivery was a joke. It was like a...
And he gave him more punchlines on this show. When you finish with that, and we definitely going to wrap after this, when you finish with that,
I'm going to watch it.
He told like 2 or 3 more stories to where it was like some shit out of a James Bond movie. Like, in all of them, he was facing like imminent death. I'm like, dude, nobody goes through that. Yeah, every time. I'm like, come on, Soulja Boy. Like, nobody almost dies that much in life.
Space out these stories. Space them out.
Like, bro, I was headed to the studio and I almost died again today. Like, bro, I'm sick of this shit.
Oh, it was cool. You know, a nigga about to tell you a story when I be like, oh, it was crazy. Like, here we go.
Here we go again. All right. On to this next topic. I know everybody's tired of it now, but I got to bring this up because it was I was not going to bring it up. Well, I was going to bring this up. I wasn't going to bring up this name as far as like what everybody's seen in the past couple of weeks as far as the documentary. Chicago's Worst, R. Kelly.
This fucker.
Now, before the documentary actually hit, this is what I found out last night. I was researching topics. And you're going to have to help me say her name or let me know if I'm saying it wrong. You know the Fix My Life lady? What's her name? Is it Ayana or Ilana? Like, it's spelled so weird, I have no idea.
Iyanla.
Okay, Iyanla.
Don't ask me her last name.
I'm looking at it.
But I respect you, boo.
Van Zandt.
Listen, you got the
That's like the easiest part.
I got the first. You got the last.
We go work together, teamwork. All right, R. Kelly reached out to her about a month or 2 ago. Before the documentary, I guess he wanted to go on a show. I haven't watched a ton of Fix My Life, but I do know that they've had celebrities on there. I've seen Dame Dash on there, and it's probably on Celebrity, but I've heard of a lot. Basically, he reached out to her, and he wanted to be on the show. She turned him down. She basically said that there were a few things she was looking for in a person to come on the show, and he didn't fit the criteria for it. She said he didn't.
Agreed.
She didn't think he was ready to put in the work to do this and do that. And another, a really bold statement that she made, she said that she doesn't think R. Kelly deserves to go to jail. She says he needs to be rehabilitated. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't. How do you rehabilitate someone? How do you rehabilitate someone? Like, I don't know. Like, I've never heard of like pedophile rehab.
Oh, they have them.
And I'm hard on R. Kelly. Don't get me wrong. I talk about him on the show because a lot of the things that have been going on with him are newsworthy, but I never defend him. I think the dude is sick. And that's one of the things she said. Basically, she said, let me get back to that, so I want your opinion on it. He was not ready. He didn't fit the criteria for being on the show for her to actually try to help him. But she says he doesn't deserve jail. How do you feel about her saying that? I mean, because those are two, like, contradictory statements. Like, okay, I can't help you, but I think you need to be helped without jail. So why not
I think
try?
What people have to understand about her, she's not a therapist. She's a life coach. Those are two different things. She's not a medically, that's not what she do. You know what I mean? So when she says he needs help in that way, like she's like, if I keep fucking up in my life and I keep fucking up in my life and I'm like, something's got to change. And I come to her. She's a life coach. Like, this is what's going on in your life. Tell me about what happened. And you have to be ready to accept change. Basically, what R. Kelly is basically what he's saying is he didn't do these things. So it's kind of like, then that turns her show into take up for me because I didn't do these things. And she's like, that's not what I do. What I do is, you know that something's in your life is fucked up and you need to change it. So you would basically have to say, I admit to doing these things. I need help. You know what I mean?
But that's a tough one, especially when the allegations are so extreme.
And I agree. So what she's saying was right. Like, for what I do with my show, because I watch it, what I do with my show, you would not fit. Because that's not what you're trying to do. What you're trying to do is fight allegations. You're not trying to say, I did these things, I need help.
I mean, but shit, one thing everybody knew is that he urinated on an underage girl. So,
but he's still not
if
saying
nothing
that.
else, man,
and
that's the part I'm so mad at though. Like, all right, we talked about this on the last show when Cortez was here. Shout out to Cortez.
Nigga, where you at?
Yeah, you should have had your ass here.
We understand. This is an early show, guys. Because I am not fucking around with the winter.
Yeah, we got an Arctic blast coming.
Me and Winter was down. She kicked my ass last week. I said, I am not getting beat the fuck up again.
I ain't fucking with that bitch this weekend.
If she outside, I ain't coming. I'm looking out the window like, that bitch outside. Because if she is.
That is fucking hilarious.
Last time she whooped the shit out of me.
And we need Ayanna to fix this weather.
Listen, she gonna be like, you know you need to get it together.
That would be hilarious.
Then she go freeze her ass right there, like, she get it together.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
She gonna be like,
we should do a skit. That would be funny.
in case if you there gonna move her like a tree limb.
That would be hilarious. We have to get a wig.
With her,
somebody got to be
with her sitting. That shit would be funny. Okay, so we just think about skits the whole time when we talk about shit. But yeah, shout out to Cortez.
Yeah, he couldn't be here, but
this is just an early show. This is not our normal recording time.
Yeah, like I said, we got to get it out the way because we got to keep pleasing y'all.
Got to bring you the funny.
But I do have to, and like I said, I'm not that all that familiar with her, but the way you have carved out your perception to the public, doesn't it seem like she should have tried something?
No.
No?
Nope. You know what? Okay, so listen to this, right? If you be like, and I know this is going to be a stupid scenario, but it's late, nigga, and I'm about to give you one. If people come to you and say, shit, Bianca baked the best fucking cookies. Like, she bakes the best ever, right?
I can't wait to taste them.
And you like, yeah, these cookies.
Yeah.
But shit, I need cupcakes, nigga. And you come to me and be like, I know you do cookies, but do cupcakes. Nigga, that's not what I do. This is my masterpiece. This is what I do.
Yeah.
I don't do this shit. And if I fuck up your cupcakes, you gonna be mad at me, but I just told you that's not what I do.
Exactly.
Same difference. I'm telling you, this is what I do. This is what I specialize in. Mm-hmm. I don't specialize in this. I'm not saying that you don't need help. I'm just saying don't get this shit from me. I say this all the time.
Okay.
Like, so when I have friends and I'm like, this is what type of friend I am. I'm there for you. I'll ride for you, whatever you want, but I'm going to keep it real and I'm going to be honest and I may hurt your feelings. Mm-hmm. I am not the best person to vent to if you've done something stupid. Because I'm going to tell you that you did something stupid.
Exactly.
But that's the same thing that I want. But some people don't want a person that's going to tell you that they don't want the type of person that's going to say you did something stupid. They just want to vent. And you have every right to want to vent.
Yeah.
But I have every right to protect my mental too, because that's just going to bug me. The fact that I'm listening to you, but I don't get to hold you accountable for shit that you did. You know what I mean? So I'll tell people, I am not that type of friend.
Yeah, but he had to know that. First of all, if you reach out to her, you got to be familiar with her format. Like, he had to feel like, and I'm not feeling sorry for him, but I'm saying that if a sick person was in that predicament and you're reaching out to her, it's like you have to see something that she does on that show. And like I said, she might feel like, okay, nah, you know what I mean? Just like you said, that's not what I do. As far as like you, nigga, you know what I mean? As far as what you got going on, this is, you know what I mean? You got to come like revamp your whole outlook on it. But I really would love to know what he was thinking that she could do, what he would have said. I think that would have probably been bigger than the documentary because now you have him involved.
But this is what I'm thinking. That everybody doesn't look at it like that. Like, she's validated. Again, she's validated. Mm-hmm. She really don't need R. Kelly. Mm-hmm. She's going to make money with or without. However, when these people come on these shows, especially when they're superstars, they have a list of things that they don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
Period. So I'm pretty sure he already had a list of things I am not going to discuss. We can do
like everything that we want to know.
We can do this, that, and this, but we're not touching this, and that. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. But I think R. Kelly wanted to use her platform. I think he wanted to use the whole I've been abused as a child. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're going to talk about to justify. Because right now you're scrambling. What can help me? What can help me right now? What can make me look good in this type of situation?
Yeah.
I was abused. Who's the best person to talk about that with? Who has a platform? This is the best person to talk about.
Yeah.
We'll talk about these things, but we may not talk about this, and that.
Yeah.
Because we've seen R. Kelly do interviews and a person has asked him something, and then you'll hear the person in the background like, we already told you we're not talking about that. Like, you signed off on this. We're not talking about that. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure if she's like, if you're going to come on my show, you're going to be real with everything.
Yeah.
And this probably ain't what you trying to do.
I could actually hear her saying
that. So this ain't what you want. And that ain't what I want if that's not what you're trying to do. So I believe what she's saying is I can't help you with what you want. Because we have to think it's probably not like he's just saying, I just really need your help. It's probably like, I need your help to sign this. Yeah. So, of course, she's going to be like, no, if you're not going to keep it real and give me, because she keep it real about her doing drugs and all kind of shit.
Yeah, she keeps it. I've seen her make grown men cry.
Yeah, but she talk about.
She's real.
I like her because she talk about herself. Like, she'll tell you about, like, shit that she's done, like embarrassing shit that she's done. So, if you have somebody who putting it all out there about shit that they've done, they going to want you to do the same shit. Yeah. And if you can't, then that's not for you. So I kind of feel like R. Kelly's scrambling, like his people are scrambling. Mm-hmm. They want to find something like some damage control. Yeah. Like this is bad. So we got to find something to kind of level this shit all out. Mm-hmm. And you found a platform that you wanted to try to use and that shit didn't work. I mean, Dr. Phil maybe. I don't know. Dr. Phil.
Somebody's going to take it. Well, I don't know if he's still in the market for it after this because it's like now, and I still didn't watch it. They went in on me for not watching it and wanting to discuss it. But I think now if you say something, it could just like, it's a real delicate situation. Like now you can hurt yourself. You can do more harm than good by doing any type of interviews. And the reason I say that is because just like you said, if they don't sign something, you don't know what the person is going to ask. And now you could not answer a question and kind of answer it for everybody who's watching it. So it's like this is a hard road he's going to have to travel. And yes, I thought about that because it's been almost 20 years since we known about the first piece of evidence. Mm-hmm. And he's never really said anything about it. He didn't admit or deny any guilt, but it's just like, not defending yourself against certain things makes you look guilty.
Yes, very.
I'm not going to have a black cloud over my head and never say anything, but when it's video, not much you can say.
You know what? But that's the thing. We seen it, and you still didn't say it. So what makes people think that? Because I've seen a lot of people give her backlash. Like, she should have took it. First of all, you get your show and you talk to her. What that lady chooses to do with her show and her program is whatever the fuck she chooses to do with that shit. Because again, she's validated. She don't need you, him, or anybody else. However, nobody knows. No one has seen an interview R. Kelly's done that we've said, we watched you piss on a chick. Did you do this? A little girl. Did you do this? How many people have heard him say, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did it. Like, his lawyer had to come out and say, yeah, he was married to Aaliyah. Finally, after she dead, she can't say nothing.
Exactly.
So now you got all this shit to say about her after she dead. But people was ask you this shit when she was alive.
Exactly.
And you still wouldn't say something. But now you want to talk. But anyway, the only thing that for people who are like, I'm not going to listen to his music anymore, I ain't got no problem either way. I'm not upset with people who say I'm going to still listen to it, or people who say I'm not going to listen to it. The only thing that I say is for people who say they still going to listen to his music is, like, you got to keep that same energy. You got to keep that same energy when shit, because I'll see people, like, something that happened to somebody's family, right? And they'll go in on each other's family. Like, my cousin got hurt. But if it was somebody else, you wouldn't feel like that. You'll be like, you don't give a fuck. So keep that same energy. So if that shit happens to you or somebody in your family, you got to keep it the same way.
I agree with that.
Don't be upset. But for people who are like, I'm not listening to his music anymore, stop it. Y'all knew what the fuck he was doing before this documentary came out.
Exactly.
You knew what he was doing. You knew he was married to this chick. You knew about the video. You knew all this shit. So I'm happy that the females that went through that shit got to tell their story, because that helps. I don't know what helps you. I've never been abused, and I'm not going to say what is going to help you or what's not, because I've never been in that situation.
Exactly.
Thank God I've never been in that situation. To be a woman, I've been in certain situations where I've been scared at times that something's going to pop off. Plenty of those. But that's a day-to-day thing about being a woman. Like, sometimes that shit goes down and it happens, but I've never personally had to experience something like that. So whatever helps you get through it is what helps you get through it. Sometimes it's not for us, it's for you. And whatever makes you feel better or get through things, that's fine. But I just don't like when people like, I'm not listening to him anymore. Like, you didn't know this nigga was a pedophile before. Like, I'm not super like, let me turn on some R. Kelly, or
I've never been.
R. Kelly's not in my rotation. He's not in my rotation. And I'm not saying that he's not a good singer. He's just not in my fucking rotation. And I like listen to a lot of 90s R&B and shit, but he's not the first person I think about listening to. So it's not hurting me. The fact that I don't need to step in the name of love. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, that shit doesn't bug the fuck out of me. Anybody who's a good two-stepper can find a good two-stepper song to two-step to. There's thousands of them. Like, it's not, to me, it's not hard to not listen to this nigga. I think a lot of people are trendy. I think a lot of people are like, yeah, I was listening to it last. Shut the fuck up. You wasn't listening to him either. I mean, for y'all that were listening to him, okay? But a lot of you motherfuckers would not listen to R. Kelly until that shit came out. All I'm saying.
And you know what? That right there is the reason I'm glad you back. You broke this shit down. I didn't have a chance to talk about this the last show, but I was a R. Kelly 12 play nigga. And that was way before the allegations. But I won't sit here and say, okay, when the allegations came out, I stopped listening to him. It was like, it's only so many times you can listen to 12 play in 7-8 years. The stepping songs, I don't dance. I've never been a big, like, let me turn on some R. Kelly. You know what I mean? When you got a woman friend over or blah, 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 R. Kelly was just never my go-to. Now, when 12 play was going on, I was still a little young when 12 play was going on. Like, shit, back then, hell, shit, I don't even remember if it, see, you know how young people are. You might not even be listening to no goddamn music.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just, you get into it. It might not even last that long. You might not even, and one of the worst things you could do is a youngster is turn on a song and you don't make it past track one. Like, shit, the intro still on, nigga. God damn.
Get ready.
I was just warming up, baby. Give me 1 second, then you sleep. But one thing, and I wanted to say this is, and I always say, you know, I always say it, I'm one of the people who try to point out trendy shit. Like you had some of the people like, okay, I can get likes like this. I'm still gonna listen to R. Kelly. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Nobody. Well, I won't say nobody cares, but you are entitled to do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? If you want to listen to R. Kelly, cool. But don't say it like, okay, I'm going to listen to R. Kelly, fuck y'all who not. It's like that makes no sense. Everybody, I think, that has common sense and are smart human beings, we've made the choice a long time ago as far as the music. Like, and I'm going to go into this next topic with that. It has something to do with this too. As far as the big name artists who are pulling their tracks off of streaming services that feature R. Kelly. One of the first ones was, I got too much written on this paper. One of the first ones was Chance the Rapper, and he's a Chicago native. I've never heard this song, but him and R. Kelly have a song called Somewhere in Paradise. And at first he defended R. Kelly. Well, not defending him, but he was basically like, okay, hasn't been convicted of anything. And that got him a lot of backlash. Like, because, look, bro, you've been convicted in the eyes of the public because we saw the video. So he pulled that song. And Celine Dion pulled I'm Your Angel. And Lady Gaga pulled Do What You Want. Okay, you have the right to pull those because it's bad press around these people. Okay, or this person. I agree with that. But some of these songs, like the Celine Dion song, is like, that was before the videotape surfaced. Okay.
Yeah.
But you other two, and there are many more, but I only chose 3. What made you record the song, or what made you not pull the song when there was video evidence floating around? You have to wait until everybody is saying, okay, R. Kelly's a demon, R. Kelly's a pedophile, R. Kelly's this, and that. Now you pull it, that kind of says something about you.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, let's just say I'm an artist. I used to be. Y'all ain't never heard none of my shit.
I had many albums.
How about 5 or 6 albums waiting to drop?
Many were ready for rotation.
They didn't show me no love, though. But me as a person, I don't care. And I can say this as a broke person. You know, a lot of people say, hey, I could be worth $100 million. I'm going to pull this shit. I don't give a fuck how much money it takes. But I will still stand on this. Just seeing that evidence, there's no way I would have kept anything out as far as me having any kind of contact with this person, knowing that existed. This could have been done a long time ago. I know streaming wasn't involved, but you still could have. Like, y'all were major labels. I could pull the CDs off the shelf, so I can do anything. So that means you chose money over the allegations that were levied against R. Kelly. So I think you should have just stayed quiet. Like, nobody's streaming I'm Your Angel anyway right now. Nobody's streaming that. Some people just think, I think some of those people said, okay, I'm going to take this out, I'm going to take this stance, and you might just get your name back in the limelight. Y'all already rich, y'all don't need the money. Not saying that, but there's something behind it. You are not taking a strong stance when everybody knew, including you, 20 years ago.
And that's the crazy thing. The crazy thing is like, none of us really did. None of us, and I'll say including myself, even being younger still, I knew what it was. Like, I don't think, it's like having a pedophile in your neighborhood, right? And you just ignore him, even though you know what he does. Yeah. You just ignore him. And I think that's what we did. Because we're quick to say, and I even said it too, like, well, Bill O'Reilly did this. Mm-hmm. And the difference between that is, I'm not saying that what they did justifies, like, why you always coming after the black man? I'm saying get all of their asses is what I'm saying. I'm saying, because we are quick to say, how many of us have done fucked up shit behind our parents' back? Because I hear a lot of people saying, my daughter wouldn't. Shut the fuck up. Because you was one of them people that was out there doing this shit. And I'm pretty sure your mama said the same thing. Like, my daughter wouldn't be out here. Kids are sneaky. Kids are
very
sneaky. Boys and girls. And what's the difference between, we say it all the time. When black boys are locked up and put in jail for selling drugs and shit, we are quick to say, well, they were young and stupid when they did it.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't get that much time or be held accountable for what they did. They were young. The system is wrong for doing that shit to them. Mm-hmm. They shouldn't have got the time that they got, right? And let's just keep it real. A lot of young dudes that was out here in the streets selling shit, it wasn't because they needed to. Mm-hmm. Their parents gave them everything. It wasn't because they needed to. They did it because the shit was flashy. Because they wanted a car, or their homeboy had J's and they wanted that shit.
Exactly.
And then you got caught up. So you say, well, they were 13, they were 14. You should just go ahead and let them out because they were young. But you get a black girl, and you say, she should have known better. Shut the fuck up. It's the same difference. It is the same difference. You are young. You are thinking young. I did a lot of crazy fucking shit when I was 14. Mm-hmm. Like, just not absolutely fucking crazy, but crazy enough to still get me in trouble.
Yeah.
We all have. So you can't sit up here and say, well, my daughter 13, 14 know better. Because I'm pretty sure if we put shit to the test and put half you niggas' daughters and sons out here in the situation where it was a fine dude who came up to them and tried to talk to them, I bet your daughter would talk to him. Mm-hmm. At 13, 14, 15, and 16, I bet you she would, even if she didn't go with him, she would give him some attention. Yeah. You cannot tell me that shit wouldn't happen. That shit can happen to anybody, especially who mothers are saying like, well, I got to work 2 jobs. I can't be here 24/7. Yeah. What your kid gonna do? Try to sneak out. Because they friends out. And they want to get some attention. So stop sitting up here trying to say, well, these little girls knew what to do because your sons knew what to do too. But they still got locked the fuck up. And they still got that time. And y'all still sitting up here saying they shouldn't have got that time because they was young. They didn't know what they were doing. These are fucking kids. I don't care how fast they are, how crazy they are, how stupid these dudes out here shooting this shit. These are fucking kids. Mm-hmm. It doesn't justify shit that they doing, but we need to pay more fucking attention to our kids. And when we don't, we forgive R. Kelly and people like him because we're just like...
And I hate that about it. I'm going to go into what you just said, too. The way I grew up, and I know there's all sides of the spectrum here as far as how people grew up. I grew up hood enough to where my parents had to stay at work a lot, but not poor enough to where it was like government assistance and they were there all the time. Mm-hmm. I was in between. So there had to be a lot of, okay, you bring your ass home, you do this, mm-hmm. You might be home for 2 or 3 hours. I hate the parents that act like that's not what happened. Yeah. I hate the parents that say I was there 24/7. Like, you don't have to be ashamed of the way you had to raise your family.
Right, I don't get that.
There are tons of obstacles when it comes to being a parent. And one is financially. You have to feed your kids. You have to provide a home.
You got to.
It's expensive. Nobody's going to fault you for not being in your kid's life 4 hours out of the day. You might come home, you tell them to make them. Everybody knows, hey, look, when you come in, you make you a sandwich. I'm going to cook. Don't go in that.
Take off them school clothes. If you got any homework, make sure you do it before you turn on that damn TV. And last but not motherfucking least, do not have nobody in my motherfucking house.
Exactly. And take that motherfucking chicken out so it be thawed when I get in this motherfucker. But all of a sudden, nobody was doing any of this. Yeah. Y'all were there 24 hours a day. Yeah. Nobody had a chance to do anything. But man, it's really, you know what? A lot of people said what was exposed, like, okay, people are pedophiles. They defending this, they defending that. I wasn't one. I was the one looking at it as the parents, like, Okay, dude, I don't believe you. You were not here all of the time. Not saying that your kids were running a fucking muck. They were just running crazy, but you don't know. I mean, some of the people were financially stable enough to where they may have seen their kids they off when they get home and blah, blah, blah. Not saying, I'm not speaking to you.
Yeah.
But to the 60, 70% of black people who had to go out and make a fucking living, don't say that you know what your kids was doing, this, and that. You know what your girl was doing. You know what your son was doing. The son could be like, hey, I can make $50 before my mama get home. The girl may say, I could see my boyfriend no matter what age.
Yeah.
So, come on, man. It just made a lot of people seem like they were not being honest.
Because it's like the shame. You know what I mean? Like the shame of you to have to like not know what your kid is doing.
Yeah.
And the shame of you to not. Kids are fucking smart. We were smart. You cannot tell me. We were smart dumb.
Yeah.
We were smart to try to get away with doing what we were doing, but we were dumb doing what we were doing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it was like, those are how, stop. All I say is are the parents responsible to a certain extent? Yes, they are. Those are their kids. But a lot of you motherfuckers got some bad kids and y'all act like y'all don't. A lot of you motherfuckers got some unruly kids and they good in front of you. They're great in front of you.
Always get in front of them.
Yeah, but you go to school, they acting a fucking fool. Or you could have some good ass kids that just make some fucked up choices. All of us have been in situations where it could have been turned out a totally different way. All of us have been in situations that when we got older, we like, thank God, because thinking back on that situation, I could have died. Or anything could have happened to me at that time.
Yeah.
And some of us get lucky and some of us don't. Like some of us end up in situations we locked up for fucking ever, and another person may have done the same thing and just got lucky and didn't get caught. So it's just, at some point in time, do we have to say, kids, like, I'm gonna whoop your ass or I'm gonna do this because you should have listened to me? Yes, but at the same time, I put more blame on a grown motherfucker, because if I meet a dude and I don't care how fine he looks, and the dude tell me, oh yeah, you know, I'm 17. Get out of here. I'm not going to be like, but you look, you look 25.
Exactly.
Like, no, I'm a fucking adult. That's it. That's all you got to fucking tell me. Mm-hmm. And stop looking at these people's IDs and start checking their original birth certificates. You can tell by the back strip. If you look at it, if you hold the bitch up to the light, there should be something. Now, you can tell when they're real. You can tell. Don't be fooled by that FedEx copy paper. You can do it. Y'all got to start doing that, because I'm telling you, like I said on Facebook, and I don't give a fuck what nobody say. If I put my son in a situation and my son tells me someone said something to him or something happened, you guilty. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck if you're not. We'll deal with that later.
Yeah, we'll handle that later, but right now, it's retribution.
But right now,
I might pay some medical bills, but I'm fucking you up.
Put that back. Let me clean that patch.
I'm going to fuck you up, and I'm going to nurse you back to health.
I done did a lot of
Sorry for the misunderstanding.
I done did a lot of fucked up shit. Their blood just keep leaking out.
Hey, you know what? Cortez not here, so I'm gonna tell the random story. It's had nothing to do with no pedophilia, no bullshit. I gotta make sure that's out there.
We can only have so much for one.
I was with an ex long time ago. I was in my 20s, and I was living with her. I used to do a little hustle on the side. Well, not on the side. It was in the middle because I ain't had no job.
Exactly.
So I'm up. Me and the homeboy, we out on the block. It's early. Might have been the first of the month, Friday. I don't know. Like I said, it was 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Trying to get a little money.
Get that cash.
So, and everybody knows, like, I wish it was a male here, but I got to put that out. I wish it was a male here just to verify that this happens. There was a certain woman, I won't say young lady because she was about 10 years older than me.
It's old age.
She wasn't old. Like, I was like 20, you know, back then. Everybody, shit, they 10 years older than you. They old as fuck. Maybe 35, something like that. But she wasn't perceived in the hood as somebody who does fucking drugs. I'm being totally honest with y'all. Didn't look like it. Wasn't skinny. No, none of that. Still looked like a healthy woman.
Okay.
So she come by and want some drugs. We sitting in the car. So any hustler listening, y'all know you're not getting no credit. You're not getting none of that till after the 15th. You're not getting none of that. You ain't getting none of that. Today is money day. Everybody come and holler at me about to have some money. I ain't trying to hear nothing. What you talking?
This fool got to the low said. This fool came out. Long story short, she wants some drugs.
Yeah, she wants some drugs. So we out in front of the house. Like, I'm like maybe 200 feet from where I live. 300 feet, football field. You know what I mean? So me and my boy, we out there. We chilling. She comes up. And like I said, this money day. I can't do it. So she climbs on top of the car. And she starts like, and we're going to go into this a little bit later, twerking. We got a City Girl video that's fucking taking over the dudes' minds and shit. She starts doing some weird stuff. So, start doing the chicken wings. She was a little older. So I'm like, wow. What kind of weirdo shit is this? Like, I haven't even had breakfast yet. I know she hasn't either. So apparently, y'all know how women are. I don't give a fuck if they sleep. If you 300 feet away from that house and some weird activities going on involving them, the woman, they gonna see it. So, okay. She finally gets her crazy ass off the fucking car and walks off. So I get up, and it's an early morning. I don't know what the hell I was drinking, but I had to I had to do a number one. I get out, I go behind the building. My girl comes out. I swear to God, this is not a made up story. This is not the Soulja Boy challenge. I don't even know where she got it. She pulled out a fucking machete. I swear to God. And my hairline ain't what it once was. So I know you can see the motherfucking, I think it's on the right side of my head. Like, you will see like a fat ass chop mark. This motherfucker chopped me on the head with it. And the funniest thing, as soon as she chopped my ass, she dropped it and nursed me back to health. I swear to God. Like,
why'd she hit you?
Because the girl was on the car.
But you can't. Oh, she didn't know what was.
You know damn well you can't explain nothing to no woman.
Listen. I was like, she hot shit, ain't she?
She chopped my ass, and that shit, I have never bled. I've been fucking shot before, and I ain't bled like that. That shit started gushing, and this motherfucker, once she chopped, y'all know how emotional women are. They could come out, they could be mad as fuck, I'm about to kill this nigga. They chop your ass one time, she all up blood like, oh Lord, I dare to kill my baby. Now I'm being rushed in the house by her. She running, I don't know why you running water on blood. I have no idea. My head under the sink like she washing a perm out. She's just washing it out and taking care of me, bandaging it up. I'm like, I had to bring up this story because it's the weirdest shit in the world.
They was like, I'm sorry, baby.
And you know, I did apologize because I was like, shit, don't chop me no more. I'm already bleeding profusely.
So how long was y'all together afterwards?
Oh, man, I was young and dumb. We probably together another 3-4 more years.
Said,
I loved it, my baby.
This one right here, I got what we got to it over a dice game.
I brought that point up to say that people will fuck you up and then take care of you later. Like, shoot first, ask questions later. That's one of those things. Like, nigga, I'm going to come out and let you know that I ain't about the bullshit I just saw, but I do love you, so I'm going to take care of you. So,
put this piece right here.
I didn't die. Was the question.
Listen, love hurts. Literally,
it definitely hurt that day.
It hurts for some more than others.
Cause I can remember when the motherfucking cut was like under my braids. Now that motherfucker was like, I'm a 41-year-old man, so I can see that motherfucker clearly. Like, I still see that motherfucker when I go in the bathroom and wash my face. Like, God damn, this
is it. Look at this. Do you remember when? How the fuck does that come up in the conversation? You see somebody like, hey, how you doing? You remember when you chopped me with that machete?
She's still on my Facebook friends list. I have no idea why. I still like her post.
He said, that's a good one.
I still like her post. She got a good one on.
Listen, love hurts.
It does.
Oh, gosh. Y'all, run. That's all I got. Run.
It really does. Love hurts. I got to bring this up, too. Well, I don't know. I have no idea why the fuck I say I have to bring this up. We're on the show. Y'all know we going to be bringing shit up.
Right.
Usually Bianca can talk shit like, you didn't have to tell them that. But, y'all, I'm about to bring this shit up.
I was going to let you blow.
It seems so obvious when you have a drink and shit, and then all of a sudden you're like, damn, am I repeating the same thing over?
You hear more when you sober, because I am not drinking shit. Listen, I'm sitting over here like, I'm going to let him roll.
I think that's why. Bianca said, I'm not drinking tonight. She has 1738 on deck, but she's drinking a Sprite.
Listen, and I'm not supposed to be drinking this, y'all, but I've got to get up and go to work at 5. So I'm trying to take it easy. So I'm letting Ron do the drinking for me.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little drinking. I got to be up at work. I told her I had to be up at 5, but I was just talking shit.
He ain't got to be up at shit. He going to be up there posting pictures of plates and shit.
Yeah, I stay up. Well, no, not tonight. Maybe tomorrow.
I hop run.
Not tonight. I got some chicken nuggets I'm going to throw in there. I'm going to throw them motherfuckers in the oven in a minute.
The minute up hot. You know how you get the up high. Your parents yell out from the back room. Is the oven on? What you put it on? It's about 400. You know damn well we put on 375.
I was about to say black people don't cook nothing on.
Listen.
If you put it in the oven, it's at 375.
You know.
I don't give a fuck what it is. A turkey, 375.
Like 375 got that permanent mark right there. Like,
motherfucker put a marker up there. If you turn my oven on, black parents always gotta let you know it's theirs. This ain't our oven, nigga. You ain't buy this. If you turn my oven on anything other than 375, I'm beating your ass when I get home.
Get your ass out my refrigerator. Don't turn my water on. Close my door.
Like, my.
Turn my TV off. But it's in my room. Turn my TV off.
That's my motherfucking TV. Until you buy some shit in this motherfucker, you can get the fuck out.
He's talking about, I didn't ask for nothing but some gum. You can get the fuck out. Keep asking for some damn gum. What?
Black people threaten to kick your ass out, but if you open the door, they beat your ass.
Get your ass back in. Did I tell you to bring your ass back in this house? No. That's not what you said.
That ain't what you said at all. You told me I can get the fuck up out of here. I gotta bring this up. Motherfucking Donald Trump.
I gotta say one more.
What?
What'd I tell you to do? Don't say nothing else. Like, you asked me. My mom had that bad, but you asked me a question.
Exactly.
You be like,
you don't know whether to be quiet or shut up. Either way, you gonna get your ass. Well, you might as well just start dodging. We was cranking that Soulja Boy a long time ago.
Listen, we need the kid just do that out of nowhere. Like, what the fuck is you doing?
That would get your ass killed back in the day. There's no way in hell you could do that.
Your mama looking at you like, what the fuck?
Oh, you think this shit funny? You think this shit funny? I got something for your ass.
And why did y'all always have something for us? But
we know exactly what it is.
Why can't you just tell me what it is? We already know. How
the fuck you gonna keep saying that we know what it is? I've been living with you for 10 years. Every time you say I got something for your ass, I end up getting beat.
You sit up here like,
oh my God.
Okay, Donald Trump.
My stomach fucking hurt now.
Okay.
All right. All right, for the football fans, everybody knows that the Clemson Tigers won the national championship a couple of years ago. You might not be a football fan, but you'll relate to this. Well, you might not relate to it, but I'm sure you heard about it.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
This motherfucker's worth $5 billion. Well, he's worth a little bit less, or he's either bought his own fucking wall, but it's a tradition for college national championship winners, Super Bowl winners, football teams, pro and not pro, to come to the White House for dinner, to have a little mixer, mingle with the president, whoever the hell else is there. Omarosa ain't there.
If we say, get my shit, they dragging her ass. Get my hair kit.
He already drug her. She's still on the front yard trying to get back in.
The food's about, don't forget my fucking bonnet. You get your black ass out there. Okay.
That's the first thing getting thrown out. It's the bonnet. Donald Trump showed the fuck out. He invited, well, it's like I said, it's a standard invite. They come to the White House. You're supposed to have a nice dinner, talk, get congratulated. You know what I mean? You're a champion. So that's how it goes in these are young kids. These are college students, some freshmen. Well, we've got a lot of freshmen, seniors, like most of the football team is there. And Donald Trump rewarded these guys with Domino's, Wendy's, and McDonald's.
As if they don't eat that shit already.
and all right, I'll be the first to say, I want to know why that made national news. Yes, people eat that shit, but it's like, right now, bro, you're not on the best roll. You know what I mean? Like, let's just say, and I'm not a huge political person, let's just say Barack did that. It would have went over because they was like, this nigga being funny.
Listen.
Having some fun with them, they kids. But, bro, with you, it's like, everything you do rubs us the fucking wrong way. When I saw them Big Macs on that table, I'm just, and it's fucked up to think about a president. That's fucked up to think this way about a president. It's like, bro, everything you fucking do annoys the fucking shit out of me.
That meme had that boy had McDowell's on.
I saw that. He had old Cleo on that motherfucker.
They so scandalous. I said, this shit's hilarious.
It was, but
trash. You know what? Whatever. Whatever. Absolute trash. The only way this cannot turn out to be trash, the only way I will let this slide, not that anybody gives a fuck about my opinion, but the only way that I will let this slide is if it comes out and they said that's what they requested. If they say that's what they requested, okay, dummies. If that's what you want to eat, that's what you want to eat. But if that doesn't happen, trash. Absolute and utter trash. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's it.
I've seen a few people try, and there are dozens, there are millions of Trump supporters, obviously, because he's in office. That was found not to be true. When you get invited to a White House dinner, I guess there is something where you could say, okay, I want to eat this, but from what I read, I don't know if it was the most reputable source, but they was like, they were just excited to go. So, first of all, these are young kids. This right here is our future. Not saying that if you'd replaced a Big Mac with a bowl of spaghetti or some shit, it would have been a better visit. It's just saying that, first of all, who are the people around Donald Trump helping him make strategic moves? Nigga, you are sinking. You are in boiling water. you've had the government shut down for almost 30 days now. There are people not being paid because of your selfish greed and
trash.
your wanting to have this wall built for no reason. At some point, you are going to have to listen to your PR people and say, okay, maybe we should do this. But you always seem to drop the ball.
That fool said, I want my wall.
And we talked about this the last show. I think this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in the Oval Office is you would rather people not be paid for something as simple as a wall.
Because it's not his money. It's not him not getting paid. It's not him not getting paid. Let's keep it real, okay? It's kind of like even up and down my newsfeed and everywhere else. There's like people don't understand the seriousness of a government shutdown, and we're not even gonna go fully into that because it's way too long.
Yeah,
it's way too long.
It'll take 2 more hours
just to get in half of this. Like we think it's like, oh, y'all not getting food stamps and y'all not. It is real live people having to go to work without getting paid. Imagine you going to work, whatever job you have, and them telling you, guess what? We're not going to pay you, but we still need you to come in to keep your job. Keep your fucking job.
You still getting points, nigga. If you don't show up. We're not paying you, but you're going to get points.
But you're going to get points. And I know your rent's due or your mortgage is due, and you got child care to pay for, and you got this to pay for, and it's a lot of these people who work government jobs who don't even make that much. They have bills. They started from the bottom. Like, they have bills to pay. Imagine going to work. We get mad when our check is short.
I know I do.
Even $50, we mad like, hey, I need all mine, but these people are getting none of theirs, and they still have to go to work to keep a fucking job. So just imagine that, for one. And people are like, well, most of them were Trump supporters. You don't fucking know that there are a lot of them who are not fucking Trump supporters, who are fucking going to work and still not getting paid. And then we have to think about the safety of everything. The FDA shuts down. Who's checking your fucking food? Who's checking your food? Who's checking your planes? Who's...
There was just a story about a person who made it onto a plane with a handgun. An unregistered handgun at that. It wasn't like this was a legal gun owner.
That fool said, I ain't supposed to have
this. and people know what's going on when they go to the airport now. We read, we're on social media, we're wherever the fuck you get your news from, we know that airport security is a little bit light right now.
Yeah. They gotta be, you are at work, and it's kind of like, you have to understand, your safety depends on how important somebody think their fucking job is. And this is why we say, too, with jobs, it's important for you to tell your employees, like, don't just give them reports when they late and shit. Tell them how much of a good job they're doing. Because if your employees' morale is up, your business is going to be up. And a lot of people are saying, well, that's why I don't work for nobody. I own my own business. For you business owners, first of all, congratulations for owning your own business. It has to be hard. I will say this. A lot of you motherfuckers need to take customer service class. Because those skills are horrible. Just because you own your own business means absolutely nothing. You still have clientele. Clientele has to have money for you to make money. If they don't have any fucking money, you don't have any money. So I don't care if you own your own business. You are still working for somebody. You're working for your customers. That is still somebody. If you lose those people, you have fucking nothing. Your business doesn't build any revenue, and you're on your ass too.
Exactly.
So it affects even if you own your own fucking business. That means fucking nothing. Congratulations if you want to pat for that, but that means absolutely nothing. You can be fucking assed out too, especially if your business was helped by a government loan. Yeah. Your interest rates go up, all kind of shit. Come on, people. Are we not thinking? Like, this is some serious ass shit. This is some shit that affect us, not just people who get assistance. Not just people who get assistance. That's like bottom of the barrel.
It's not just food stamps and Section 8. And just like you said, people who own their own business, people who own their own businesses. And I know a lot of business owners. As far as medical insurance and things like that, you know how fucking high that shit is? People are so used, see, the majority of the fucking world has to work. Well, the majority of the United States, I'll say that. I don't know what's going on outside of this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
You gotta run up and say, what y'all doing?
Hopefully I find out. You know what I mean? I might end up on North Sentinel if this nigga get elected again. But
I'm out.
I gotta be out of here. Like, hey, I'm going with Whoopi. Hey, if Aunt Whoopi will take me with her, because she said she leaving, I want to go with her.
We don't see dreads in the background of the picture. Is that Whoopi?
Could you imagine having to pay, like, what are we paying out of a paycheck for medical insurance? $30, $40, $50, something like that?
Shit, mine went up. It's better insurance, but I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
I'm using everything. I'm going for shit I wasn't even supposed to go for. It's about, I need a wellness check.
Hey, I don't blame you. I think I pay like $80. Yeah. But let's just say, and that's every pay period. Mm-hmm. So let's just say instead of $160 a month, you own your own business, you paying like shit $600, $700 for your family. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a lot of money.
Because I know it.
So, I mean, you can own a business like that. Doesn't mean, just because you own your own business doesn't mean you're raking in the profits like hand over fist. You got a lot of things to fucking pay for out of your pocket.
Absolutely nothing. And then if you have people that work for you, shit, you still got to pay them. Because we like to think that like, oh, I own my own business and this is why I don't work for anybody, or why everybody's affected by a government shutdown. I don't give a fuck what way you feel like you a made man or woman or you don't. Everybody's affected by, if you live in the fucking United States, you will be affected. Period. And I don't care what anybody says. There are certain things, like I said, for instance, your fucking food. You're affected by everything. And I know everybody in the fucking vegetarian. I'm gonna grow my own food. Like, you fucking eat food. Like, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Like, everybody's affected. You gotta fly somewhere. You gotta go somewhere. You shit getting pulled over by the fucking police. Mm-hmm. Or any people are fucking mad. They're like, a person's opinion or personality is based off how they feel. Mm-hmm. Especially going to work. You know what I mean? You're in a better mood, you do your job better. I know I do.
I know I do too.
I'm in a great mood. I'm like, shit's getting done today.
I did my job terribly today.
Shit's around here getting done. I'm in a bad mood. Like, ain't none of this shit moving.
Exactly. People have to realize that it's like the morale of this country has to be at an all-time lows because we have a leader. First of all, yes, we should all look up to somebody to set the standard, to set a precedent and say, okay, this is how things should be done. Or at least judging them by their character and the way they carry themselves. You're like, okay, you know what? I believe in this. I could do this. I could accomplish this. Just the words that are spoken. Mm-hmm. I've never heard anything smart come out of this motherfucker's mouth. I've never seen anything. Oh my God. I've never seen this man conduct himself in the manner of a role model.
He's trash.
So, oh my God. And in this next election, we better vote. Don't be pulling out. I'm gonna start zooming in on them stickers.
But we did. You know what?
I think they faked them stickers this year.
This is no.
There wasn't no new stickers.
But we did. We can only control popular. We did vote. We came out in doves. We voted. We did what we had to do, and the system was set up for us to fail. And that's just how it is. It was just set up for us to fucking fail. But like they said, sometimes if this is what it took to wake people up. And I know sometimes we get frustrated, even I do, because I'm like, why aren't people listening? But I think sometimes we also pay more attention to people who are not listening than we do to the people that are. Because there are a lot of people that are, especially black young people, who are out here like, no, I see what's going on.
Yeah.
But we look at so much from the people who are not, like, we don't give enough credit to the people that do, which is what our focus. And I said I need to change that definitely about myself. Instead of paying attention to the people who don't and ragging on the people that don't, why won't I boast the people that are doing that shit?
Yeah.
Because maybe if we do that, then the people who we say are trendy may still look at that, because trends are cool as long as you following the cool ones.
Yeah.
We all did it. We had pagers and shit. You know, we was all down with the flip phones and the chirps. But if we trend some good stuff, then maybe people will look at that too, the same way they do with the negative shit. Maybe not as much. Maybe it's when you used to get 20 people's attention, you may only get 5, but I'm cool with 5. 5 is more than 0.
Yeah, if every person can influence one person,
that's it.
Then, and you know what? This has got to be, what's the word for it? It has to be a little demoralizing, at least, if we come out and we know how long we have been. Oh, we needed hip hop, we needed Diddy, Rock the Vote, everything. And some people may have said, okay, this ain't going to work. People too trendy. People too worried about what they worried about. But we came out and voted against him. But he still got in it. Mm-hmm. Like, they didn't fix the numbers. They didn't make it seem like he won the actual votes. But it's something about this electoral college and things like that. Like, all these politics within politics. It's like, what do we do next time if we saw, like, everybody, I even voted. You know, I ain't never voted. I didn't even vote when, and I'm just being real, I didn't even vote when Barack was fucking going.
You son of a...
I didn't.
Oh.
I did not vote. It was just one of those things to where I was like, okay, man, I was one of those people like, man, our vote don't count. Our vote don't do this. Our vote don't mean shit. Then all of a sudden, when I was like, you know what? Okay, shit. Donald Trump, the motherfucking reality TV star, I got to go out and at least try to stop this. And we win, but we don't?
This was there right now.
It's like that's demoralizing. Like, damn, we got everybody out here. We voted against them. The numbers were in our favor, but we still didn't win.
It needed to happen. You know what? And speaking of L's, we are taking the L. This is our turn. We are taking the L. At least our L wasn't as bad as our ancestors' L, so I can say that much. But we are taking the L when it comes to certain shit. Like, it had to happen. Like they said, people thought America was just getting better and it was just bad underneath the surface. Like, only people who live here would say, who are minorities would say, oh, we know it's bad. But everybody else like, no, everyone's getting along. Everyone's having a good time. Everyone's doing this. Mm-hmm. And now when you take the cover off the shit, everybody's starting to see how ugly it is. Mm-hmm. But people needed to see how fucking ugly it was. Because I think there's a lot of people that were in denial too. Like, people are like, nobody's racist anymore. Or we don't do that. There are really people out here who think like that. Like, no, this is not. And when they see certain shit, they're shocked like, and we can't get mad at these people. We can't be like, well, you fucking knew. Like, let them see it. Reality is not you saying it. Reality is a person seeing this shit for themselves. That's reality. And you need to take a look at this. So this is our L. This is what we have to take. And
we definitely taking that.
But nothing is going to change until we get all of the old fogies out of office and out of seats who've been there for years. Like, you need some fresh minds. And are there people who have still, like, younger people that still been raised to be racist who have money? Of course there are. But they're easier to swindle in a different direction than old men and women who
70, 80-year-old people who ain't giving up their seat till they die.
I was raised in this. Like, this is how I feel. So until we may not even see that day, but until we get all these old ones out of these seats, It's going to be the way it is.
And you're exactly right. One of the things I hope that can come out of all of this bullshit is that eventually we will come together and be like, you know what? This shit ain't right. This shit ain't cool. You're finally seeing that even people who you think have the same ideology as you, they don't even give a fuck about you. Mm-mm. Like, he didn't look, if you actually looked at the amount of government workers, and this is an uneducated standpoint because I haven't done the research, but you got to look at the population. There's no way we can be 13, 14% of the population and like 80% of the government. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
There's no way we could be 13, 14% of the population and 80% of the people who are taking L's because of the laws you're signing, because of the government shutdown. Like, there's a lot of people who look just like you, voted for you, believe in you, and they're fucking taking major fucking L's. Food stamps affect black people, yes. We look inside of our community and see the effects of government, but this is way bigger than us.
Yeah, it is.
And I would just hope that the people won't say, okay, we'll let him slide, because no. You got to get him out of there. And hopefully he's locked up before the next election so we can make sure that you don't vote for him again.
Said, take away his visitation for this week. We don't want no fuck-ups. None.
We don't need any, because I think in the past 2 years, I think America has seen that one way of thinking is not beneficial for a whole country.
It's not.
You have to get someone in there who has everyone's interests in mind. It's not just some wall that's going to be beneficial to you and your companies and your buddies, y'all golfing partners, and people say, okay, all right, that's just how you think. That's not what's going on. Yes, it is.
Right.
It's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. There's no need to even think any deeper. I don't even think we could go to another topic after that. Like, what could be?
Get out and vote.
Yes.
And not just vote for presidential elections. Vote in your city. Vote for anything. We have the internet. Even if it just takes us 10 minutes out of our day to look up certain stuff, we have shit right at our fingertips. The thing we like to talk about our ancestors, like, oh, they did this, but we have access to certain shit and we don't even fucking use it. Mm-hmm. Let's start using it. Even myself, let's get better. Let's start using it. Let's use it to our advantage.
Yeah.
Let's take all this fucking information at our fingertips, mm-hmm. on our laptops, on our desktops, on our pads, on our phones, on Siri, on just everything. Just
I was just about to bring that into it. You can Google local elections. You can ask Alexa. She'll tell you. We're so into technology, but we're not using it for the right reason. No. Look, take 10, 20 minutes away from arguing with whoever you beefing with on social media and just look up something relevant. Because right now, the state of the country should be relevant to you. If you have kids, you got to think about their future. Even if you don't, you got to think about yours. Right now, the state of this fucking United States is not good.
It's trash.
It's not good at all. And if we want to somehow come out of this, like, besides this dude getting locked up within the next couple of months, which I hope.
That's what you said.
I keep saying that because
if we can lock him up,
he's committing crimes. Like, people don't understand. Like, I keep seeing about this thing. He's lying about meeting with Russians and taking, like, spending money, taking money. Like, a lot of the things Donald Trump is doing, like, people don't even realize. If you fucking read, this dude is committing fucking serious crimes.
Oh, they know he's committing. Listen, people know. It's just you're getting away with it. It's the fact that you are, because we say it all the time. Had that been Obama, he would have been arrested.
Oh my God!
Not only would he been arrested, he would have not been picked to be president.
Yeah.
Like, dude wanted to see his birth certificate. Dog, let's see your wife's birth certificate. I'm not even going here. Whatever. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this to you people.
No, we're not gonna do this with y'all tonight. But I hope y'all heard enough, and hopefully things get better.
It feels good to be back, but I tell you what. After
She took her glasses off too. It was a much different look. It seemed like I was in class, like I was sitting across from my 8th grade teacher. It was a little bit different.
Okay, real quick, because I know we about to leave, and it's like about to be 1, and I gotta go home. But listen to this, guy. So I found out my glasses are prescriptions. I found out that people who wear glasses know which ones are not by looking at them. Yeah. It's a whole new world. Like gang, glasses gang. You know what I mean? Like I'm out in public, and when I wear my glasses, because I thought I could see. Like I went in, and I just went in because it's on my insurance, and I told myself, everything that I pay for from now on, I'm taking advantage of everything.
Hell yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck what it is. Like, I found out, like, the water company come out and just do certain shit and I'm just like, okay, well, let's get that done. Like, I don't know what the fuck it is.
Let's get it cracking.
But let's pop it off because I'm paying for it. So everything that I pay for, I'm getting all the perks. Smirks, perks, and more. So I said I was going to go check my eyes. But I go in there and I'm like, lady, don't even get too comfortable because my eyes are good. So I don't need you around here piddling, paddling. I just want the okay so I can get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah.
Now, I know I've been squinting when I've been cleaning lately, but I thought it was just age. I'm like, okay, I can still see. So she tells me to cover up. I'm not going to tell you which one it is. I don't want none of you bitches trying to swing on me. So she covers up one eye, and I'm rattling it off like da-da-da-da-da-da-da, like I'm a rapper, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, girl, go ahead and make it smaller so I can read it to you. She did, and I did. So she told me to cover up the other eye. Mm-hmm. Shit was a little foggy. I thought what she did was she changed the screen. She had not. And this were all the bigger letters. So I told myself, I got upset. She was like, sometimes it happens. Like, sometimes it happens. It's just a small little, it's just a small little, what is it? Stigmatism in this eye.
Yeah.
And she was like, do you get headaches? I'm like, just a tad when I'm at work and I'm looking. Point blank period. So I got glasses. I said I was going to be part of the glasses gang. My insurance pays for 2 pairs. So I'm like, let me go in and drop another, get another one of these things. And I did, and I feel so comfortable. But I took my glasses off because with these headphones,
yeah,
it makes me feel like my head is shrinking with the glasses. And I don't like that feeling. So, yeah, Ron gets...
Nothing wrong with that.
So you get to see me. I feel like I'm doing everything in reverse because, like, glasses and braces. So I'm doing shit that I guess should have did. I'm doing shit that I should have did when I was younger. But, however, the funds are looking a little bit better with this insurance. You know what I mean?
It always does.
So I can pop out. People say that shit. They be like, oh, these grown motherfuckers going back to school. First of all, fuck you. Okay? If your job pay for your school, even 50%, go to school. Yeah. Use all the perks, y'all. Y'all job got wellness. I got a Fitbit. Another one. It wasn't the greatest, but it was free. Use all this shit at your job that they tell you to do. Everything. Ask them. If they don't have one, ask them, do y'all got a wellness program? Because I got a scale that I'm pretty sure that bitch about $200. I mean, it hook up for the Wi-Fi, be like, good morning, Bionica. It reads my BMI, tells me the weather, shit. I said, what is this? And they sent me 2. They can't take it back because I switched insurance. So I'm going to keep that other thing for a backup. However, get what everything that you pay for, see if you can get more for your buck. Because you should do it. Us black people, white people, I know y'all already doing that. Shout out to y'all. I should have been taking notes.
Yeah, I got to agree with that. I got to say something before we get out of here. I got a homeboy. He's going back to school. One of the first male friends that I had say I'm going back to school, taking advantage of everything the job has to offer.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like Coca-Cola is paying a lot of that shit. And he said, bro, I'm going back. I took a admittance test or something like that. I passed that. Mm-hmm. And I'm going back to school because I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah, that boy took his placement test. Get in there. Yeah,
placement test.
Get in there. Do what you need to do. Let these people pay for this stuff because I know I am. I know I am. If I gotta not pay student loans and you could pay for my stuff, I'm gonna have you pay for it. So
of course.
So see what all your perks get. People be acting like having a job is crazy. Not if I get perks for it. It's only crazy when you keep going and you don't find nothing. Now if your job don't have nothing for y'all, you might need to look for another job.
Time to get another one.
Time to get another one because you at least want to work for something.
Exactly.
I found out I got discounts off my gym membership, my car insurance. Some other shit going down. I just.
It's a lot of things that people don't realize, and I'm one of those because I started working late. But I had a guy. I started working late as a motherfucker. I started working late as fuck.
About 30 a little.
Yeah, 35. I work with a guy, and he told me, he was like, bro, he was like, what you put in your 401k? He was like, you put in just with, and he was one of those people who was asking rhetorical questions. He's talking fast. I'm listening. He was like, man, you just putting in what they match, right? Or blah, blah, blah. No, he was like, you just putting in the set amount, 3% or something like that. He's like, you know, you can put in 8% there, match it. I myself, I put up 15%. He was just going on and on. I was like, all right, so last year, I started putting in 8%. And because I work a lot of overtime, I was like, I ain't gonna miss that 8%. I did the math. I was like, that ain't too bad. The way my 401k grew last year, it was like, you can hear it, but until you see, you know niggas, we gotta see numbers. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, I can't touch this till I'm 59 without a penalty, but at least it's going in there.
I'll take that fucking penalty too. If I need
me too.
If I need to buy a house and I need a fucking down payment, guess what? I'm taking the goddamn penalty because I'd rather not have to pay for a house because that's where your money's going.
Exactly.
So if you know what? But do what works best for y'all. Do it, but find out 2019, get the best for your buck. If you work fucking hard, you pay for shit, you pay for fucking utilities.
Yeah.
See what else they fucking do. Come chop up trees and shit. See what else they do. If you pay for phone service, see what else they got. Like, what else can I get with this fucking phone? What else can I do?
Exactly.
See everything, and I'm doing it myself. Everything that I pay for, I want to know what else can I get from this because it is important for us to use our cash wisely. These people want to take our money and we don't ask no fucking questions. Start fucking asking questions.
Exactly. And one last thing, dude. Niggas will have jobs with good medical benefits and won't even go to the motherfucking doctor. Like, dude, you know how much you putting into that shit and losing at the end of every year? Take your ass and get a medical exam. Do something. Hell, I wish these motherfuckers could pay for a wedding because I got it coming up. And if there's any motherfucking thing that they can fucking help me out with, I'm talking to people that's been married. Motherfuckers coming to me like, hey, bro, I saw it on Facebook. Hey, this is what you're going to do. You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to get the church. You're going to have to get the reception hall. You're going to have a practice dinner. Oh, yeah, a practice dinner. You're going to have to buy the food. You're going to have to eat the food. And then you're going to have to do it again. I'm like, dude, that's a lot of money.
I'm going to see what they got on the discount. Listen, I've been on my discounts. Like, so what type of meals? what type of this can I get? Because I'm all over. Discounts, people. If you got a friend that don't work, is she coupon? I mean, pay her for something. Oh no, pay her. I'm trying to find one right now. We speak somebody to do some couponing. I don't want to fucking do the work, but I want to pay for you for doing the work, and thank you. But I don't have all the time. So
yeah.
Anybody want to make some cash? Go ahead and inbox me if you coupon. You know somebody who do can assist me. This would be great.
Yeah.
It feels so good to be back, y'all.
It does.
It feels great.
I miss the energy. It was like, you know what? I got to say this. And I'm going to say this again before we wrap. This is a real wrap. We over 2 hours. I got to say the last 3 weeks, Bianca is missed too. And you miss the energy.
I get my life together, yo. Yeah, I don't want me breaking down on this damn show.
You gotta admit, man, you miss the energy. You had fun on the show. And today, you know what? I was just like super tired. But when I got to the house, I was like, I'm going to knock the fuck out of this podcast because we got the Arctic Blast on the way. And, you know, I might not have my friends come by and we entertain y'all. But it happened. It's going to keep on happening. Next month is going to be a whole fucking year.
Whoop, whoop.
It flew by. We got a couple episodes before our 50th episode. I'm probably going to get a little cake or something.
Whoop, whoop.
Bianca ain't going to eat it. She's like super healthy.
I can't eat it. You don't think it's in my face? Listen, guys. Listen, I've been doing so very well. The scale has been nice to me. The toning has been nice to me. So I'm thinking May or June. May or June.
Listen. That's not too close together, though.
I know. May or June.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, listen, you tell me time. I was like, I know. Why am I fucking agreeing?
I'm the only one drinking over here, Bianca, because it was like, why am I listening to this nigga? Listen. I was like, May or June ain't too close together, and I counted like, yeah, it's right next to each other.
Listen, sleep deprivation is just as worse as being fucking under the influence.
Hey, y'all, that's why in 2019, y'all got to keep us from working. We got to entertain y'all. So maybe we'll start a GoFundMe. Who knows? Shout out to Cortez.
We gonna say it's for the wall so y'all can send this fucking cash.
So we can get 20 mil and do this shit the right way.
Be like, all right. I didn't mean for the wall. I meant for the firewalls in my computer.
Exactly.
Thanks, bitches.
Hey, y'all, we are gone.
Later.